Alright, hello everyone, welcome to the what I wear for running shoes video. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to title this yet. Right now it is about 1:30 on February 23rd, 2024, Friday. I'm going to go for a long run from Marshall to Waterloo, anywhere from 8 to 10 miles. And yeah, I'll update you after this long run. Alright, just under halfway done with the run. I'm at Waterloo Fireman's Park now. So, a lot of fun scenery, a run I would never get to do during track season, so it's fun to do it now. And yeah, alright, I am now nearly 6 miles into this long run. I'm about to head back into Marshall right now. Probably got about 2.5 miles left. It's snowing. People are looking at me like I'm crazy, but I love it. It's a beautiful day to run. So I'll see you when I get back. Alright, I have now completed my run. It ended up being a total of 9 miles. So now I'm going to go home, take a shower, and I'll show you my running shoe collection. Alright, as you can see, let's talk shoes. Alright, so maybe if you clicked on this video, you're just curious to see what all running shoes I have. Maybe you're curious to learn about what running shoes you should wear if you're a high school cross country or track runner. Yeah, so I guess what I base, like what I want to wear for running shoes is based off of comfort, brand, price. As you can see, a lot of Nike. I find my Nike shoes for cheap, but ultimately you have to wear shoes that will allow you not to get injured. But yeah, mainly comfort, speed are big factors. So let's go through all of the running shoes that I wear in my running rotation, and I will describe them all to you. Alright, so first off, let's start off with the Hoka Bondi 8s. I actually have 2 different colorways of these shoes. Those white ones have about close to 200 miles on them, and these blue ones are new for this upcoming track season, and they only have about like 20 miles on them so far. So the thing I love with the Hoka Bondi 8 is the amount of cushioning that it has. As you can see on the bottom of the shoe, the wide outsole, so for really good traction. Like, I've hardly ever slipped in these. The lacing system, very easy. This is a very good, long, durable, lasting running shoe. It is $160 retail price. Yeah, I would highly recommend this shoe just for training miles, and I love the Hoka Bondi 8s. Alright, so next up, another shoe with the same purpose as the Hoka Bondi 8s are the Nike Invincibles. So these are the Invincible 3s that I'm holding right here. This shoe is another one that has a ton of cushioning. As you can see, the amount of foam. Yeah, so a ton of miles that you can get out of these. I think I have about like 120 miles in these already. As I head into track season, I love them, and I will say they feel a little more bouncy than the Hoka Bondi 8s, so I love them for that. And then I also have the Nike Invincible 2s as well. So this was actually the model before the 3s, and this has just as much cushion. I actually think these are even more bouncy than the 3s. Easy lacing system, same with both the 3s and 2s. Super simple shoe. I have experienced a little bit of heel slippage with the 3s, so just make sure to watch out for that. But other than that, a super simple shoe to wear for training, so I highly recommend them for training. Alright, next up, let's get into some of the shoes that I use for treadmill miles. So these are old beat up Streak Flies that I have worn now probably close to 150 or 200 miles. So I love this shoe to start off with for like small little workouts. They don't have a carbon fiber plate, but they are nice and cushiony, super light shoe. So I love them for treadmill miles. They make me feel bouncy on the treadmill. As they wear out, I will probably have to retire them soon, but as for now, they will keep me running on the treadmill. And yeah, I love this shoe just more as like a small type of workout shoe, and then just some easy miles as well. Another shoe that I wear for the treadmill is the Nike Peg Turbos. These shoes are not quite as bouncy as the Streak Flies, but more durable for sure. Just the foam is a little bit more durable with this shoe. I prefer running on the Streak Flies more on the treadmill, but these will do the job as well, and I will run in these on the treadmill more as the Streak Flies wear out. So this is a good training shoe, durable. Alright, last up for shoes without a carbon fiber plate that I have is the Nike Infinity React 4. This is the new Infinity React shoe that Nike came up with. I love it way more than the Infinity React 3. I did retire a pair of the Infinity React 3, and the 4s brought some React foam, which is actually Nike's newer version of foam, even newer than the Zoom X foam, and I love the bouncy feel. These are very like heavy shoes, almost a little heavier than the Invincible, but I will say they feel even a little more comfortable than the Invincible. So if you want like a very solid training shoe, just completely durable, I would highly recommend this, maybe even a little more than the Invincible 3. Alright, now let's get into the fun shoes. So I will start off with the Nike Rival or Zoom Fly 3s is what they're called. Nike Zoom Fly 3s. These I actually haven't ran a ton of miles in. I'm not gonna lie, these shoes don't feel that well. I found them for a very good deal, so I would not recommend the 3s. But the 4s, the Zoom Fly 4s, is a shoe I really like. They have a small carbon fiber plate in the front of the shoe, right there. So very stiff, good, like I would say good tempo shoe, threshold running shoe. Not really the best for track workouts, but just if you want a little more springy feel to your run with a carbon fiber plate, I would recommend it. Alright, and now let's talk about a shoe that I think Nike absolutely aced on this one. This is the Nike Zoom Fly 5. This Zoom Fly 5 provides Zoom X foam, which is a huge needed upgrade from the Zoom Fly 4. It also has a carbon fiber plate in the front, and the combination of the carbon fiber plate with the Zoom X foam makes for a very springy ride. Just when you're running in it, it feels amazing on the feet. I would highly recommend this for like a tempo threshold type shoe. It's probably the one that I'm going to wear all track season for tempo type work, so I would highly recommend this one for tempo work. Alright, another tempo type Nike shoe is the Nike Tempo React Next Percent, something like that. This was my first quote unquote super shoe that I ever bought from the Nike outlet. It has a carbon fiber plate underneath the Air Zoom pods, as you can see the pods right there as well, and it's a very springy shoe. I will almost say it's almost as springy as the Vaporfly, just not quite with that level of technology. But if you're looking for like maybe a cheaper workout shoe than the Vaporfly, if you can find these at an outlet store, they are a great steal, which I would highly recommend for like workouts. Alright, and now let's get into the shoes that you might be waiting for. By far Nike's most innovative shoes. So I have the Vaporfly 2s. I have never bought Nike Vaporfly 3s just because I have never found them on sale, but the 2s are excellent. This is probably the best track workout shoe like potentially ever made for flats. So I have the red ones, which those are getting old. I probably have close to 150 200 miles on them. So for this track season, I will be wearing the new orange ones, which have barely any miles on them so far. And yeah, I absolutely am in love with these shoes. If you can find these at the Nike outlet mall for like $100, I would highly recommend them. Best track workout shoe I've ever run in. So yeah. And then last but not least, I have a pair of the Nike Alphafly 1s. Shout out Connor Mantz for making these shoes legendary. So these shoes right here are like Nike's most bouncy shoe. I will say they're even better than the Vaporfly. They're just not as light. So like for track workouts, I would recommend the Vaporfly. But for those 5K, 10K, and longer on the road, just on the pavement, I would highly recommend the Alphafly more, just due to how responsive it is with the carbon fiber plate and then the Air Zoom pod units. So these are the shoes that I wore today in my long run. So I sometimes wear them just for longer long runs when the legs need to run a little bit faster, and then obviously for road races. Alright, so as you can see, I clearly have a lot of shoes. You do not need this many shoes at all for running. I personally like just collecting them, especially having a Nike outlet store about 25 minutes away from me. It makes it very easy to collect all these Nike shoes. But what I would recommend for any high school runner is just to have one solid training shoe. For this, I would recommend either the Nike Infinity Reacts Hoka Bondi 8s or Nike Invincibles. And then I would highly recommend to also have a dedicated workout shoe, just to make your workouts feel a little easier and to be able to push your limits a little further. For the workout shoe, I would recommend a Nike Vaporfly 2, a Nike Alphafly, or a Nike Zoomfly 5. So that is what I would recommend to any high school distance runner. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed my collection. So yeah, I really enjoyed showing you guys my shoe collection. It will probably continue to grow as I progress into college running and throughout my high school senior track season. I started my collection about junior year of high school, and it has just grown ever since. I will likely expand further than just Nike shoes as I progress into running, but as of right now, this is just what works for me. And yeah, I really hope that you guys have enjoyed looking at my shoe collection, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.